everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station with the second game of our Thursday night doubleheader using Action PC Baseball, the retro replay of 1977. And today's second game of the doubleheader, it will feature the California Angels against the Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park. The Angels 13 wins, 11 losses. The Red Sox 19 wins and 3 losses, and currently in first place in the American League East by 1 game over their rival New York Yankees. Boston has won 9 straight, 9 of their last 10. Nolan Ryan will get the start for the Angels. He's made 6 starts on the year and has a record of 3 wins and 2 losses with an earned run average of 2.64. He'll be opposed by Red Sox pitcher Ferguson Jenkins. Jenkins has made 5 starts and has won all 5 of them. His ERA is 2.27. California second baseman Jerry Remy is riding a 10-game hitting streak. Boston catcher Carlton Fisk a 13-game hitting streak. The temperature tonight at Fenway is 66 degrees, wind speed 7 miles per hour, left to right. And as they say in retro replay land, play ball. So, retro time, May 6th, 1977. Let's quickly go to the lineups. First, the California Angels leading off, playing shortstop Bobby Grich. Playing second, batting second, Jerry Remy. Batting third, the first baseman, Don Baylor. The cleanup hitter, the left fielder, Joe Rudy. Batting fifth, Bobby Bonds, playing right field, father of Barry. Batting sixth, playing third base, Dave Chalk. Batting seventh, the center fielder, Bruce Bochy. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, Jackson. Batting ninth, doing the catching, Etchenberry. For the Boston Red Sox, leading off the Rooster, Rick Burleson. He'll be playing shortstop. Batting second, playing left field, Captain Carl Yastrzemski. Batting third, Carlton Fisk. Pudge will be doing the catching. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Jim Rice. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Bernie Carbo. Batting sixth, Dwight Evans playing center field. Fred Lynn is still injured. He won't be back till June, second week of June, I believe. Playing third, batting seventh, Butch Hobson. Batting eighth, the first baseman, George Boomer Scott. And batting ninth, playing second base, Denny Doyle. So Bobby Grich to lead off for the Angels. On the mound to oppose the Angels, as I stated, Ferguson Jenkins. In 1977, Jenkins had 10 wins, 10 losses. 3.68 earned run average, 105 strikeouts, only 36 walks, batting average against 257. In the retro replay, he's off to a fast start. 2.27 earned run average, 5 wins, no losses in 5 starts. Struck out 28, has only walked 5, batting average against 228. His battery mate, the Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk. At third base, the error-prone Butch Hobson. Shortstop, Rick Burleson, very good. Denny Doyle plays an adequate second base. And the outstanding George Boomer Scott at first base. In left field, Carl Yastrzemski, the Hall of Famer's outstanding defensive player. Dwight Evans doing a yeoman's job in center field, playing out of position for the injured Fred Lynn. And Bernie Carbo, one of the heroes of Game 6 of the 1975 World Series, starts in right today. 8 out of 10 range, 9 out of 10 arm. Excellent. So Bobby Grich to start things off. Grich is hitting .272 on the retro replay. 7 home runs, 17 RBIs. He's a dangerous leadoff hitter. In 1977, Grich actually hit .243, 7 home runs and 23 RBIs, so he's already achieved his home runs for the year. See, he'll be most likely to surpass it. Here's the windup and the pitch by Jenkins. That ball's popped up to Burleson at short. One up, one down. Jerry Remy steps to the plate. He'll be traded to the Red Sox before the '78 season. Remy, currently hitting in the retro replay, .264, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs, and has a 10-game hitting streak. In actuality, Remy batted .252, 4 home runs, and 44 RBIs in 1977. Fisk flashes the signs. The windup and the pitch to Remy. And that's another, and it goes foul. So Remy tried to bunt his way on there. Remy's a 10 out of 10 for bunting. You saw the infield in normal depth. Tried to take advantage of it, but the ball went foul. The count's now no balls, 2 strikes. The windup and the pitch by Jenkins. And that ball's popped up. Burleson calls for it at short. Out number 2. So 2 pop-ups to Burleson in the first inning. 2 outs, no one on, and Don Baylor steps to the plate. He'll be on the 1986 Red Sox team that lost to the Mets. We won't talk any more about that now, will we? Baylor on the retro replay, batting .301, 9 home runs, and 25 RBIs. In actuality, in 1977, Baylor hit .251, 25 home runs, and 75 RBIs. Righty-righty matchup. The windup and the pitch to Baylor. And he strikes out, inning over. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. Red Sox coming to the plate. Due up for Boston, Burleson, Yastrzemski, and Fisk. And on the mound, the Express, Nolan Ryan. Ryan in 1977, 19 wins, 16 losses, ERA of 2.77. Struck out 341, walks 204, batting average against 193. In the retro replay, his earned run average is down a little more, 2.64, 3 wins, 2 losses. Batting average against 172, he struck out 59, walked 41. Ryan looking to derail the Red Sox winning streak here in Fenway Park. Red Sox have won 9 in a row, and 9 out of their last 10. His battery mate, Andy Etchenberry, not that good of a defensive catcher. Dave Chalks at third, solid. Bobby Grich, another solid fielder at short. Grammy, 6 out of 10, another good fielder. And Baylor's at first, he's average, 5 out of 10. In left field, Joe Rudy. Good range, poor arm. Bruce Bochy in center field. Poor range, great arm. And their best outfielder of the lot all around, Bobby Bonds. Very good range and above average arm. So Ryan will deal with Rick Burleson, who steps into the right-hand batter's box. Burleson batting .350, off to a quick start. No home runs and 6 RBIs. In actuality, in 1977, Burleson batted .293. 3 home runs and 52 RBIs. No need to take against Ryan. He's going to be throwing strikes and hard. The windup and the pitch by the Express. And Burleson singles into left field. So Burleson's on at first. 4 out of 10 base runner for speed. Only 15% chance of stealing second, being held on by Baylor. He'll stay put. Carl Yastrzemski steps to the plate. Captain Carl's hitting .384, 6 home runs, 23 RBIs on the retro replay. In 1977, for the season, Yastrzemski hit .296, 28 home runs, and 102 RBIs. And he batted .306 off right-handed pitching. The windup and the pitch to Yastrzemski. No outs. Burleson at first. And it wild pitch. Ryan uncorks a wild pitch. Burleson advances to second. The count's now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yaz has an opportunity to knock in an RBI here in the first inning. Ryan gets a sign from Etchenberry. The windup and the pitch to Yaz. And Yastrzemski sends that ball to Rudy in left. He makes the catch. Burleson retreats back to second base. So 1 out, and Carlton Fisk steps to the plate. Pudge is riding a 13-game hitting streak, batting .321, 5 home runs and 22 ribbies in the retro replay. In actuality, Fisk hit .315 in 1977, 26 home runs, 102 RBIs, .327 off right-handed pitching. Ryan toes the rubber, the windup and the pitch to Fisk, and Fisk strikes out. Swing and a miss. So 2 outs now. It'll be up to Jim Rice to knock in Burleson for second. Rice, .372, 5 home runs, 21 RBIs on the retro replay. In actuality, in 1977, average of .320, 39 home runs and 114 RBIs. Ryan looking to strand Burleson at second. Etchenberry goes through the side. The windup and the pitch to Rice. And Rice pops that ball up to chalk at third, inning over. So the Red Sox strand Burleson at second. We go to the top of the second, no score. Due up for the Angels, Rudy, Bonds, and Chalk to face Ferguson Jenkins. Joe Rudy on the season, retro replay style, .211, 5 home runs, 15 RBIs. In actuality, Rudy hit .264, 13 home runs and 53 RBIs. He batted .258 against right-handed pitching. The windup and the pitch by Jenkins. That ball goes out to left center field, and Evans makes a leaping catch up against the wall, robbing Rudy of extra bases. So Evans has been a spectacular replacement for the injured Fred Lynn, playing out of position. Fenway faithful love that play. Web gem. 1 out, no one on. Bobby Bonds steps to the plate. Father of Barry. Bonds is hitting .137, 6 home runs, 21 RBIs. He is struggling at the plate average-wise, though he does have 6 home runs, 21 RBIs in retro replay. In 1977, Bonds actually hit .264, 37 home runs, and 115 RBIs. Batted .261 against right-handed pitching. Fisk flashes aside. The windup and the pitch to Bonds. Bonds sends that ball foul to the left. So the count's now 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, no one on. The windup and the pitch by Jenkins. Grounded to Hobson, he comes in, throws to Scott, and they just get Bonds. Bang, bang play, 2 outs. Now bring up Dave Chalk, Angels third baseman, batting .301 in retro replay, 1 home run, 9 RBIs. In actuality, he batted .277, 3 home runs, 45 ribbies. Jenkins looking to have a 1-2-3 inning here. He sets and delivers to Chalk. And that ball is sent out to Evans in center. He makes the catch, inning over. We go to the bottom of the second, no score. Due up for the Red Sox, Bernie Carbo, Dwight Evans, and Butch Hobson. Carbo batting .358 in this retro replay, 5 home runs, 12 ribbies. In actuality, Carbo batted .289, 15 home runs, and 34 RBIs. The windup and the pitch by Ryan. And Carbo strikes out. So 1 out, no one on. Dwight Evans steps to the plate. Dewey made a fabulous catch up against the left center field wall, robbing Joe Rudy of extra bases. He's batting .329, 4 home runs and 16 RBIs in the retro replay. In actuality, Dewey hit .287, 14 home runs and 36 RBIs. He will be getting injured in late June and out for the rest of the season. have to take advantage of Dewey Evans now. The windup and the pitch by Ryan. And Evans goes down. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout. So Ryan now will face Butch Hobson, looking to strike out the side. Hobson, 215, 7 home runs, 19 RBIs. Hobson's actually got a little hot. He finally gets his average over 200. In 1977, Hobson hit 265, 30 home runs, 112 RBIs. If he can connect with a Ryan fastball, he will send it yard and give the Red Sox the lead. Ryan looking to strike out the side here. The Express sets and delivers. Here's the pitch to Hobson. And he strikes him out. 3 up, 3 down, 3 Ks for Nolan Ryan. We go, how many Ks is that? So Nolan Ryan struck out 4 in 2 innings so far. Trying to snap the Red Sox 9-game win streak. We go to the top of the third, no score. Leading off for the Angels, Bruce Bochy. And then it's Jackson and Etchenberry. And I believe he is the manager of the San Francisco Giants presently. Bruce Bochy. Am I pronouncing that right? Bochy. I'm going to say Bruce Bochy. Batting .259, no home runs, 5 ribbies in retro replay. In actuality, .290, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, and only 100 at-bats for the Angels. Lefty-righty matchup here for Jenkins. The windup and the pitch by Ferguson. That ball sent out to Yastrzemski in left center. He makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down. Now up, Ron Jackson, the designated hitter for the Angels. Jackson hitting .282, no home runs, 4 RBIs. Actuality, Jackson hit .243, 8 home runs, 28 RBIs. Fisk goes through the sides. Jenkins nods his head. He sets and delivers to Jackson. That ball goes out to Yastrzemski again, and he makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down. Angels catcher Andy Etchenberry steps to the plate. Etchenberry hitting .333. No home runs, 6 ribbies in the retro replay. In 77, Andy actually hit .254. No home runs and 14 RBIs. Ferguson Jenkins looking for a 1-2-3 inning here. The windup and the pitch to Etchenberry. And that ball goes up the middle, and that's the first hit for the Angels. A 2-out single by their catcher Andy Etchenberry. Etchenberry has pretty good speed for a catcher, 7 out of 10. 30% chance of stealing second. Scott's holding him on. Top of the order, Bobby Grich, 0 for 1. The windup and the pitch to Grich. And that's ripped to Hobson, who makes the catch on the line drive, inning over. We go to the bottom of the third. No score. Due up for the Red Sox. George Scott, Denny Doyle, and then the top of the order, Rick Burleson, to face Nolan Ryan, the Express. Ryan's already struck out 4 Red Sox batters. The Boomer steps to the plate. He has a 6-game hitting streak. Scott is hitting .235, 6 home runs, 19 RBIs. Scott has also gotten hot. He was well below 200 for quite some time, and now he's up to .235. In actuality, in 1977, the Boomer hit .269, 33 home runs, and 95 RBIs. The windup and the pitch by Ryan. And Scott strikes out. That is 4 consecutive strikeouts now for Ryan. He now has 5 on the game. So the Express is wheeling and dealing. And he got Scott in an off-speed pitch there, 84 miles per hour. Denny Doyle steps to the plate. The Red Sox second baseman hitting .224 in the retro replay. 1 home run, 4 RBIs. In actuality, Doyle hit .240. 2 homers and 49 RBIs. Lefty-righty matchup here for Ryan. Etchenberry goes through the sides. The windup and the pitch to Denny Doyle. And Doyle grounds it to Grich, who throws to Baylor for out number 2. So Ryan looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Top of the order, Rick Burleson. He's 1 for 1. Burleson singled in the first. 2 outs, no one on. Etchenbarren flashes the sign. Ryan toes the rubber. The windup and the pitch to Burleson. And Burleson singles up the middle for his second hit. Burleson extends this inning, and it brings up captain Carl Yastrzemski. Yaz 0 for 1 today. Yastrzemski has a 6-game hitting streak. Yastrzemski line to left in the first. 2 outs, 1 on. The windup and the pitch to Yaz. And Yastrzemski grounds it to Remy, who goes to Baylor, inning over. We go to the top of the fourth, still no score in this pitching duel. 2 up for the Angels, Remy, Baylor, and Rudy. Jerry Remy 0 for 1 today. Lefty-righty matchup for Jenkins. Jenkins sets and delivers. And that ball's ripped to Burleson, who boots it. Remy will reach on the error. He is a definite base-stealing threat for the Angels. Remy's 10 out of 10 running-wise for speed and 64% chance to steal the base. He'll be held on by the boomer George Scott. Don Baylor steps to the plate. Baylor has 9 home runs on the retro replay and 25 in 1977. He's definitely a home run threat. He's 0 for 1. Jenkins would love to get a double play ball here. The windup and the pitch. Jenkins is going to try to get him to chase. Remy goes, a throw down, and Remy's in there safe. He beats the throw by Fisk. So Remy's in scoring position now. The count to Baylor, no balls, 1 strike. Once again, here's the pitch to Baylor. Baylor pops it up. Burleson calls for it. He makes the catch. So 1 out now. And Joe Rudy steps to the plate, and he was robbed of extra bases with a fine running, leaping catch up against the left center field wall by Dwight Evans, playing center field for the injured Freddie Lynn. Rudy's 0 for 1. The windup and the pitch by Jenkins. Remy's at second, 1 out. And he strikes him out. So 2 outs now. It will be up to Bobby Bonds, who's 0 for 1, to knock in Jerry Remy from second. No score here. Top of the fourth, 2 outs. Fisk flashes the signs. Jenkins sets and delivers to Bonds. And Bonds grounds it to Burleson, who quickly charges in, throws the first, and they just get Bobby Bonds once again. Inning over. So Burleson makes up for that faux pas of an error at short, letting Remy on with a fine defensive play to get Bobby Bonds. We go to the bottom of the fourth, no score. 2 up for the Red Sox. Fisk, Rice, and Carbo to face the Express, Nolan Ryan. Ryan in 3 innings has struck out 5 Red Sox batters. Fisk 0 for 1. The windup and the pitch to Carlton Fisk. And Fisk pops it up to Chalk at third, 1 down. So Jim Rice steps to the plate. Red Sox designated hitter, he's also 0 for 1. Rice popped out to third in the first. Etchenbarren goes through the signs. Ryan sets and delivers to Rice. And he strikes him out. That's strikeout number 6 for Ryan. So 2 outs, no one on. Bernie Carbo steps to the plate. Carbo's 0 for 1. Definite power threat. He could take Ryan Yard if he catches up to the fastball. Lefty-righty matchup here for Ryan. The windup and the pitch to Bernie Carbo. And Carbo strikes out, inning over. Ryan has now struck out 7. Let me make sure I got that right. He struck out 7 in 4 innings. We could be witnessing history here, folks. So we go to the top of the 5th, no score. Ferguson Jenkins goes back out on the mound for the Red Sox. Jenkins has 5 wins, no losses this year. Red Sox riding a 9-game winning streak. And Nolan Ryan and the Angels are looking to snap that. Jenkins will face Chalk, Botsky, and Jackson. Dave Chalk 0 for 1 today. The windup and the pitch to Chalk. That ball is sent out to Yastrzemski and left. One up, one down. Jenkins is throwing a one-hitter, and Ryan is throwing a two-hitter. Bruce Bochy is up at the plate. He's 0 for 1. Lefty-righty matchup here. The windup and the pitch to Bochy. Bochy sends a single into right center field. So that's the second hit of the game for the Angels. Bochy 7 out of 10 for speed. 28% chance of stealing second base. Scott will hold him on. Red Sox are going to look for two. Ron Jackson, the designated hitter, steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Jenkins toes the rubber. He sets and delivers. Jackson grounds to Burleson, who goes to Doyle and Scott. Inning over. Double play. Pitcher's best friend. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Still no score. The Express goes out to the mound. He has struck out 7 Red Sox batters so far in 4 innings. He will face Dwight Evans, Butch Hobson, and George the Boomer Scott. Evans 0 for 1. Evans is going to take. Here's the pitch by Ryan. Strike 1. Fastball in there. No balls, 1 strike. Evans ready to grip and rip. Here's the pitch. And he strikes out Evans. Big swing and a miss. Ryan now has 8 Ks. Butch Hobson steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Hobson struck out in the second. Will he be another victim of the Nolan Ryan Express? We shall find out. The windup and the pitch to Hobson. That ball's popped up. Foul to the left. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, no one on. The windup and the pitch by Ryan. And that ball's grounded into left field. A 1-out single. That's the Red Sox 3rd hit of the game, and it will bring up George Boomer Scott. Scott, 6-game hitting streak. Scott struck out in the 3rd, so he's 0 for 1. Hobson's at first, 6 out of 10 base speed, 52% chance of stealing. Etchenbarren has a horrible arm. We're going to send him. There goes Hobson, the throw down, and Hobson's in there safe. So Hobson's in scoring position now. For the Boomer, the count's 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. The windup and the pitch by Ryan. And Scott grounds the Gritch for out number 2. So it will be up to the light-hitting Red Sox second baseman Denny Doyle to knock in Butch Hobson from second base. Doyle 0 for 1. Grounded to short in the 3rd. Etchenbarren goes through the signs. The windup and the pitch to Denny Doyle. Doyle sends that ball to center field, and Bochy makes the catch to end the inning. We go to the top of the 6th in this pitcher's duel. Still no score. Due up to face Ferguson Jenkins for the Angels. Etchenbarren, Gritch, and Remy. Angels catcher Andy Etchenbarren's 1 for 1. Single to center in the 3rd. Fisk flashes the signs. The windup and the pitch by Jenkins. And he strikes him out for the first out of the inning. Bobby Gritch steps to the plate. Leadoff hitter's 0 for 2 today. Jenkins wants to make him 0 for 3. Here's the pitch to Gritch. Popped up. Fisk throws his mask off. Makes the catch for out number 2. So it will be up to Jerry Remy to extend this inning. He's 0 for 2. He did reach on the Burleson error in the 4th and stole second base, but was stranded there. Lefty-righty matchup here for Ferguson Jenkins. The windup and the pitch by Fergie. Grounded into right field for a 2-out single. So Remy, once again, a base-stealing threat on first base with 2 outs. Scott holding him on. Don Baylor comes to the plate. Baylor's 0 for 2. Jenkins throws over to first. Remy's back. They will pitch out. There goes. No. Remy bluffed, went back to the bag. So 1 ball, no strikes. The windup and the pitch to Baylor. That's popped up. Hobson calls for it at third. That's out number 3. Inning over. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still no score in this pitching duel. Nolan Ryan is still on the mound, obviously, and he will face the top of the order. Burleson, Yastrzemski, and Fisk. Burleson's been the only player to handle him so far. He has 2 out of the 3 Red Sox hits. Ryan, in 5 innings, has struck out 8 Red Sox batters. So, Burleson's 2 for 2. The windup and the pitch to the Rooster. And he's 3 for 3. He singles into right center field. A leadoff single. Burleson not a threat to run. Yastrzemski comes to the plate. Yaz not a good bunter. And 6 for 10 in hit and run situations. He's 0 for 2. Yastrzemski flied to left in the first, grounded to second in the third. We're going to play some hit and run here. The windup and the pitch by Ryan. Yastrzemski sends that ball deep and off the wall. And 1-0 Red Sox as Yastrzemski triples high off the left field wall on the hit and run. The Red Sox take the lead. That's the first hiccup by Nolan Ryan. So now Yaz is at third, no outs, and Fisk steps to the plate. Very important insurance running Yastrzemski. Fisk is 0 for 2. He currently has a 13-game hitting streak. Struck out in the first and popped out in the fourth. The windup and the pitch by Ryan. And he strikes out Fisk. That's number 9 for strikeouts for Ryan. So 1 out. Yastrzemski still at third. It's up to Jim Rice to knock him in now. Rice is 0 for 2. Rice popped out in the first, struck out in the fourth. Ryan working quickly. Here's the pitch by the Express. And he strikes out Rice. Number 10. 10 strikeouts for Ryan. Big swing and a miss. Rice comes up empty. So it'll be up to Bernie Carbo to knock in Yastrzemski from third base. Red Sox now lead 1-0 on the Yastrzemski triple high off the left center field wall, scoring Burleson on the hit and run. Like I said, Carbo's 0 for 2. The windup and the pitch to Bernie. And Bernie works a walk. So first and third, 2 outs, 1-0 Red Sox. Dwight Evans steps to the plate. Evans is 0 for 2. He is struck out in the second, struck out in the fifth. He doesn't want the hat trick here. Etchenberry goes through the signs. The windup and the pitch to Evans. And he gets the hat trick. Wow. Ryan is now struck out 11. He has Evans 3 times in the game. We go to the top of the 7th. The Red Sox do finally break through on the Burleson single and then the Yastrzemski triple on the hit and run and lead 1-0. Due up for the Angels, Rudy, Bonds, and Chalk. So Nolan Ryan has pitched 6 innings. He's given up 1 earned run, walked 1, struck out 11. Ferguson Jenkins has pitched 6 innings. He goes out there for the 7th. 3 hits, no runs, no walks, 3 Ks. In a pitcher's duel here, the Red Sox break through first. Joe Rudy, 0 for 2. The windup and the pitch by Jenkins. Pops it up. Scott calls for it at first base. Out number 1. So 1 out and Bobby Bonds steps to the plate. Bonds is 0 for 2, but 1 swing in the bat can tie this game up. Bonds has 6 home runs this retro replay. Only batting 183 though, but in 77, he had 37 round trippers. Fisk flashes the signs. Jenkins nods his head. He sets and delivers to Bonds. And that ball goes out to Evans to the triangle, and it keeps going, and Bonds has just tied the game up with a solo shot. 1-1, as that's Jenkins' first hiccup. So the new ball game here, folks, 1-1. 1 out, no one on, and Dave Chalk steps to the plate. Angels third baseman 0 for 2. Fisk goes out, has a word with Jenkins, now goes back behind the plate. The windup and the pitch to Chalk. That ball sent deep to right field. Carbo goes back and makes the catch on the warning track. So there's 2 outs now. Lefty-righty matchup here. Bruce Bochy steps to the plate, 1 for 2. Jenkins working quickly. Here's the pitch. And that ball's ripped into right field for a 2-out single. Bochy, 7 out of 10 for speed, 24% chance of stealing. Second base, Scott will hold him on. Designated hitter Ron Jackson comes to plate for the Angels. He's 0 for 2. 1-1 ball game here. Bobby Bonds tied it up with a home run to center after the Red Sox took the lead in the bottom of the 6th. So 2 outs, 1 on. The windup and the pitch to Jackson. Jackson rips it down the line. Scott makes the catch to end the inning. Nice play by the Boomer at first. We go to the bottom of the 7th, tied at 1. 2 up for the Red Sox to face Nolan Ryan, Butch Hobson, George Boomer Scott, and Denny Doyle. Ryan has struck out 11 Red Sox batters. Hobson's 1 for 2. Struck out in the 2nd, singled in the 5th, and stole second base in the 5th, but was stranded there. The windup and the pitch by Nolan Ryan. And Hobson strikes out. That's strikeout number 12 for Ryan. He's now up to 120 pitches. He's good for 165. Last 5 pitches averaged 96 miles per hour. Wow, that one was 94 though. George the Boomer Scott steps to the plate. Boomer's 0 for 2. Struck out in the 3rd, grounded out in the 5th. 1-1 game here, bottom of the 7th. 1 out, no one on. The windup and the pitch to the Boomer. And Boomer strikes out. That's number 13 for Ryan. So 2 outs, and it's up to Denny Doyle to extend this inning. Doyle's 0 for 2. And he's going to attempt a bunt hit here. He puts one down. Etchenberry muffs the ball. And Doyle will reach on the error. The surprise bunt by Denny Doyle. He gets on base with the Etchenberry error. Again, Etchenberry is not a good defensive catcher at this stage in his career. Doyle, 6 out of 10. Base runner. 31% chance of stealing second, being held on by Don Baylor. Now, Nolan Ryan's nemesis in this game, Rick Burleson, the Rooster, 3 for 3 today. He'd love to go 4 for 4, put one over the Monster, give the Sox a 3-1 lead. 2 outs, Doyle at first, Burleson at the plate. Here's the pitch by Ryan. And Burleson works a walk. Denny Doyle advances to second. He is the go-ahead run now. First and second, 2 outs. Carl Yastrzemski, 1 for 3. Yaz had that big triple high off the left center field Monster to knock in Burleson on the hit and run. Red Sox took a brief lead, 1-0 before Bobby Bonds homered in the 7th to tie the ball game up. And that's how we stand, 1-1. So first and second, 2 outs. Yastrzemski at the plate. The windup and the pitch by Ryan. And Yastrzemski sends that ball out to Bonds and right makes the catch. Inning over. We go to the top of the 8th, still knotted at 1. Jenkins still looks strong. He's thrown 98 pitches. He's good for 125. Due up for the Angels, Etchenberry, Grich, and Remy. Etchenberry's 1 for 2. Singled in the 3rd, struck out in the 6th. The windup and the pitch by Jenkins. That ball goes up the middle, so Etchenberry has another single. Lead-off single. 7 out of 10 for speed. That's pretty good for a catcher, actually for any player. Scott will be holding him on. Bobby Grich steps to the plate. Grich 0 for 3. Again, Red Sox would love to get 2 for 1. Jenkins throws over to first. Etchenberry back. Just ahead of the tag. Again, over to first. Etchenberry again safe. The windup and the pitch to Bobby Grich. And he strikes him out. So 1 out, 1 on. Jerry Remy comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a stolen base. Lefty-righty matchup here for Ferguson Jenkins. Double play will get him out of the inning. 1-1 game, top of the 8th. Fisk goes through the signs. The windup and the pitch to Remy. That's a bunt. Jenkins throws to first. They get Remy, but Etchenberrin advances. So with 2 outs, Etchenberrin's in scoring position at second for Don Baylor. The Angels' first baseman's 0 for 3. Definitely a home run threat. On deck, Joe Rudi. They're going to see if they can get Baylor to reach with the pitch around. Jenkins sets and delivers. And Baylor walks. Good eye by Baylor. So first and second 2 out. Joe Rudi comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3. 2 outs. The windup and the pitch by Jenkins. And Rudi rips that to Hobson, who catches the line drive to end the threat. Red Sox fans like that. We go to the bottom of the 8th, still tied at 1. Due up for the Red Sox, Fisk, Rice, and Carbo. Ryan's now up to 138 pitches. His threshold is 165. Ryan has struck out in 7 innings. 13 Red Sox batters. Jenkins in 8 innings has struck out 4. It's been a pitcher's duel, 1-1 game here. Fisk 0 for 3. Struck out in the first, popped out in the 4th, struck out again in the 6th. He does not want to go down 3 times to Ryan. Fisk currently has a 13-game hitting streak. The windup and the pitch to Pudge. And he grounds out to Remy for the first out of the 8th. Jim Rice steps to the plate. Rice is 0 for 3. Ryan's got him twice, striking him out in the 6th, 4th, and then Rice popped out in the 1st. Rice would love to pop one out of the yard here, give Boston a 2-1 lead. The windup and the pitch by Ryan. And there goes Rice down on strikes. That's strikeout number 3 for Rice. So it'll be up to Bernie Carbo to keep the inning alive. Carbo's 0 for 2. Struck out in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th, and walked in the 6th. Ryan now has 14 strikeouts in 7 2/3. Carbo will take strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Bernie's ready to grip and rip. The windup and the pitch to Bernie Carbo. And Carbo works another walk. So Bernie Carbo's on at first. Not much speed, only 4 out of 10. Being held on by Baylor, he represents the go-ahead run with 2 outs, and Dwight Evans comes to play, and Evans has struck out 3 times today. Ryan wants to get him for his 4th. Evans doesn't want that. The windup and the pitch to Dewey Evans. And Evans works a walk. So they'll take that. Carbo advances to 2nd. He's now in scoring position with 2 outs. Evans at first. Ryan's now up to 155 pitches. Again, his threshold is 165. And he'll face Butch Hobson. Hobson 1 for 3 today. Struck out in the 2nd, singled in the 5th, and struck out in the 7th. If it holds form, he should single again. 2 outs, 2 on. The windup and the pitch to Butch Hobson. And he strikes out! Red Sox threaten but do not score. We go to the top of the 9th, 1-1. Wow, what a game Nolan Ryan's having. He has now pitched 8 complete innings, 15 strikeouts. Jenkins comes out for the top of the 9th. He's thrown 115 pitches. He's good for 125. And Jenkins will face Bonds, Chalk, and Bochy. Bonds homered off of him. in the top of the 7th to center field to tie the ball game up after the Red Sox took the lead in the bottom of the 6th. And that might be it for Fergie. .245. That's going to be it. They're going to go to their closer, Bill Campbell. So the final numbers on Ferguson Jenkins. Jenkins went 8 strong innings, 6 hits, 1 run it was earned, gave up that 1 home run to Bobby Bonds that tied the game, walked 1, struck out 4. He will get a no decision. On the mound now for the Red Sox, their closer, Bill Soup Campbell. Campbell in 1977, earned run average of 2.96, 13 wins, 9 losses, 31 saves. Struck out 114, walked only 60, batting average against 224. In the retro replay, he's better. 237 earned run average, 2 wins, no losses, 7 saves, has struck out 18, only walked 4, batting average against 167. Bonds 1 for 3, as I stated. He had the game-tying homer in the top of the 7th. The windup and the pitch by Soup Campbell. And that ball goes out to Yastrzemski. He makes the catch at the warning track, and he's hurt. Yastrzemski has hurt himself, but he will remain in the game at reduced effectiveness as he now goes from a 10 to 7, and his arm goes from 10 to 8. We're going to keep Yaz in the game for now. He is injured, but sticking it out there. 1 out, and now Dave Chalk steps to the plate to face Campbell. He's 0 for 3. The windup and the pitch to Chalk. That's grounded to Hobson, who throws to Scott in time. They just got Chalk by the hair of their chinny chin chin for 2 outs. 2 up, 2 down. Bruce Bochy steps to the plate. Or is it Bruce Bhakti? Bruce Bochy, Bruce Bhakti. Anyway, he's 2 for 3. Lefty-righty matchup here. Flied out in the 3rd, singled in the 5th, singled in the 7th. The windup and the pitch by Campbell. 2 outs, no one on. Grounded into right field past Denny Doyle for a 2-out single. Bhakti represents the go-ahead run at first base with 2 outs. Designated hitter Ron Jackson steps to the plate for the Angels. He's 0 for 3. Campbell wanting to end the inning right here and now. Go to the bottom of the 9th, still tied. Fisk goes through the signs. Campbell nods his head. Throws over to first. Bhakti's back. Here's the pitch to Jackson. That ball is sent to Campbell, who throws to Scott. Inning over. So Bill Soup Campbell comes in, does his job. He gets the Red Sox to the bottom of the 9th, still tied at 1. Red Sox looking to extend their 9-game winning streak. Nolan Ryan is still out on the mound. He has thrown 158 pitches. His threshold is 165. Ryan so far has pitched 8 innings, 5 hits, 1 run it was earned. Walked 4, has struck out 15 Red Sox batters. He will face in the bottom of the 9th George Boomer Scott, Denny Doyle, and then the top of the order, Rick Burleson. Burleson has been his nemesis. Scott 0 for 3 today. He struck out in the 3rd, grounded out in the 5th, and struck out again in the 7th. Ryan looking to get the 3rd strikeout of the Boomer today. The windup and the pitch by Ryan. And he gets him! That's the hat trick for the Boomer. Wow, Ryan's now struck out 16 Red Sox batters. So 1 out, no one on, and the light-hitting second baseman Denny Doyle comes to the plate. Let's see who we have to pinch hit. Bob Montgomery, the backup catcher, hits .308 off right-handed pitching in 77. In retro replay, though, let's check what he's doing in replay. Off righties. Hitting .429. But he is the backup catcher. And if Fisk got hurt, we'd be in deep trouble. We're gonna, you know what? We're gonna go with Bob Montgomery. He's gonna come in to pinch hit. He's hitting .429 in retro replay off right-handed pitching. So Bob Montgomery to pinch hit for Denny Doyle. 1 out in the bottom of the ninth. Montgomery's batting .364 in the retro replay in limited playing time. No home runs, 2 RBIs. In actuality, Montgomery hit .300 with only 40 at-bats, though. With 2 home runs and 7 RBIs, it'd be nice to get a walk-off homer here, Bob. Here's the windup and the pitch to Montgomery. And Montgomery lines that ball foul. Oof. Got a good piece of it, but it went foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ryan's now 167 pitches, 2 over his threshold. Let's see if Montgomery can take advantage of a tiring Nolan Ryan, who struck out 16 Red Sox batters so far tonight. The windup and the pitch by Ryan. And he strikes out Montgomery. Swing and a miss. Ryan has now struck out 17 Boston batters. It will be up to the Rooster, Rick Burleson, to extend this inning. Burleson 3 for 3 off Ryan today. 3 singles and a walk. He'd love to add a home run to that. Send the Fenway faithful home happy. The windup and the pitch to the Rooster. And the Rooster grounds it to Chalk, who throws him out. We go to extra innings. We go to the top of the 10th, still knotted at 1. Campbell still on the mound for the Red Sox, their closer. He's thrown 18 pitches. He's good for 50, so he should be able to get through this inning. He will face Etchenberry, Grich, and Remy for the Angels. Etchenberry 2 for 3 today. Singled in the 3rd, struck out in the 6th, and singled in the 8th. Fisk goes through the signs. The windup and the pitch to Etchenberry. We're missing a second baseman. I forgot about that. So Dillard will come in to play second, replacing Doyle, who was pinch hit for Montgomery, who struck out. So now we're set to go. The windup and the pitch. And now we get a pinch hitter for the Angels. Tony Solita, I believe. Retro replay, he's hitting .400, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. Solita in 1977 in .241, 14 home runs and 53 RBIs, so he's definitely a power threat. And he batted .248 off right-handed pitching. So a lefty-righty matchup here for Soup Campbell. No outs. Top of the order. Top of the inning, I mean. The windup and the pitch. And he strikes him out. So the pinch hitter can go sit down on the bench, folks. 1 out, Bobby Grich steps to the plate. Angels shortstop 0 for 4. Campbell working quickly. Here's the pitch. Strikes him out. So 2 up, 2 down, both on K's. Jerry Remy steps to the plate. Remy 1 for 3, a single and a stolen base. Campbell looking to strike out the side. Looking to get the Angels 1, 2, 3. Fisk flashes the sign. The windup and the pitch to Remy. And that ball is sent out to Evans in left center field. He makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the 10th, still tied at 1, and Nolan Ryan is finally out of the game. Hallelujah, Red Sox fans say, as well as the Red Sox bench, except for Burleson, who went 3 for 4 off and then walked once. In the game now for the Angels, Don Kirkwood. In 1977, Kirkwood was 1 win, no losses, 1 save, 5.09 ERA. Batting average against .290. In the retro replay, better. ERA of 2.63, 1 win, no losses, 1 save. Batting average against .255. He He will face Yastrzemski, Fisk, and Rice, the heart of the order. Though this order is pretty much dangerous, 1 through 8. So the final numbers on Nolan Ryan, which are absolutely outstanding. And if you watch, you witness spectacularness. Ryan went 9 innings, gave up 5 hits, only one run, it was earned. Walked 4, he struck out 17. Let me repeat that. Nolan Ryan struck out 17 Red Sox batters in 9 innings. Outstanding by the Express. And like I said, they won't be missing him. They're very happy to be facing Kirkwood. So Yastrzemski comes to play. He knocked in the only run off Ryan. Burleson singled in the 6th. We had a hit and run on, and Yastrzemski tripled high off the left center field wall to put the Red Sox up 1-0 at the time. But Bonds homered in the top of the next inning to tie it up. So Yaz 1 for 4. Yaz will be taking. Ball 1. He'll take again. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Yaz will be patient. Ball 3. 3-0. And Yastrzemski walks. Kirkwood walks the winning run to first base. Fisk still has a chance to extend his 13-game hitting streak due to the extra innings. He was 0 for 4. Struck out in the 1st, popped out in the 4th, struck out in the 6th, grounded out in the 8th. Also, the Angels have changed their catcher to Terry Humphreys, a very good defensive catcher. 9 out of 10 defensively and a 6 out of 10 for an arm. Everything else looks the same to me. The windup and the pitch to Fisk, he'll take. Ball 1, which is ball 5. He'll take again. A throw over to first, Yastrzemski's back. Once again, Fisk to take. Strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. The windup and the pitch to Fisk. Yastrzemski represents the tying run, the game-winning run at first base. And that's a slow roller to Grich. He throws to first, and they just get Fisk. So Yastrzemski now advances to second. The game-winning run. Fisk looks like he will not extend his hitting streak. Now Jim Rice steps to the plate. Chance to win this ball game. Send the Boston fans home happy. Bottom of the 10th. Bottom of the 10th. Rice was 0 for 4. He has struck out 3 times today. The windup and the pitch by Kirkwood. And Rice sends that ball to Grich, who throws to Baylor for out number 2. Yastrzemski holds at second. He'll be up to Bernie Carbo. One of the heroes of Game 6, 1975 World Series. It was Carbo's home run, a 3-run homer that tied the ball game up at the time. In 1975. Carbo's 6-game hitting streak on the line here. He's 0 for 2, and he's walked twice. The windup and the pitch by Kirkwood. And Carbo strikes out, inning over. They strand the winning run in Yastrzemski at first. Red Sox fans none too pleased with that at-bat. So Bill Soup Campbell still on the mound. 32 pitches thrown. He's good for 50. Going to try to get through another inning here in the top of the 11th. He will face Baylor, Rudy, and Bonds. Baylor 0 for 3. Definitely a power threat. The windup and the pitch to Don Baylor. And that ball goes out to Evans in left center field. He makes the catch. A very good running catch by Evans. 1 up, 1 down. Joe Rudy steps to the plate. Rudy's 0 for 4. Campbell working quickly. He delivers the pitch. Grounded to Burleson. Strong throw to first, and they get Rudy. The Roosters having an unbelievable game. So 2 outs, and Bobby Bonds comes to the plate. He knocked in the only Angel run with a home run in top of the 7th to tie the game up at 1. And that was off Ferguson Jenkins. Campbell's up to 40 pitches. Again, he's good for 50. The windup and the pitch to Bobby Bonds. And he strikes him out. Inning over. We go to the bottom of the 11th. Due up for the Red Sox to try to win this ball game. Evans, Hobson, and Scott. They will face Kirkwood. Still out on the mound for the Angels. Evans 0 for 3. The windup and the pitch to Dewey. And Evans grounds it to Remy, who goes to Baylor. Wow. So 1 out, Hobson steps to the plate. Hobson's 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. The one bright note, a single in the 5th. Hobson will take. Ball 1, he'll take again. Ball 2, 2-0 count. Hobson will swing away. And he walks. Winning run at first in Butch Hobson. 6 out of 10 for speed. 25% chance of stealing second. Hobson does have a stolen base today, but we're not going to run on Humphrey. The boomer, George Scott, comes to the plate. 0 for 4. Scott has struck out 3 times. No bright notes for him, unless you consider a ground out to short in the 5th. Winning run in Hobson's at first. Here's the windup and the pitch by Kirkwood. Scott to take. Ooh, off-speed pitch in there. So no balls, 1 strike. Scott ready to grip and rip. Here's the pitch. Scott rips that ball. It's a walk-off 2-run homer. The Red Sox win 3-1 in the bottom of the 11th. Unbelievable. George Boomer Scott, 2-run homer over the Green Monster into the netting. The winning pitcher, Bill Soup Campbell. Unbelievable extra inning game. The Red Sox extend their winning streak to 10 games. Outstanding. Player of the game, Ferguson Jenkins, who had a no decision but pitched marvelously. Winning pitcher, Bill Campbell, he's 3-0. Losing pitcher, Kirkwood, 1-1. Let's bring up the box score and quickly go through this. What a ball game, folks. You witnessed an absolutely wonderful ball game of this 1977 retro replay. The Red Sox now go to 20 wins and 3 losses and stay 1 game ahead of the New York Yankees in first place in the American League East. The Angels dropped to 13-12 and are only 1 game above 500. Wow. Let's go to the box score. Bring it up in OBS. Box score should be up shortly. There we have it. Let's go to the pitching. And we'll tell you why Ferguson Jenkins was player of the game. Jenkins won 8 strong innings, 6 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He gave up that 1 hiccup, that home run to Bobby Bonds, who tied the game in the top of the 7th. Walked 1, struck out 4. Bill Campbell came in, pitched 3 innings out of the pen to earn his 3rd win of the season. 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 3 Ks. Nolan Ryan went 9 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned. It came off the hit-and-run triple from Carl Yastrzemski. Burleson scored from first. Walked 4, struck out 17. Kirkwood came in, pitched an inning and a third, and he got the loss. He's now 1-1. 1 hit, 2 runs on the 2-run walk-off homer by Scott. And that's the ball game, folks. This is Al, Red Sox fan, saying thank you very much for watching. What an unbelievable ball game. Oh, Andre Ford jumps in the chat. Long time no see, my friend. How are you? He says, good replay. Typical Nolan Ryan outing. Yes, it was. 17 strikeouts. Hope all is well, Andre. So this is Al, Red Sox fan, saying thank you very much for watching. And thank you to Andre Ford, who just jumped in the chat. He says he's doing great. That's always good to hear. Andre put up another replay of Action PC basketball between the all-time great Celtics and the all-time great Lakers. It's on the channel under the Action PC basketball. And I actually got through the whole game. It didn't crash. So that's good news. So this is Al, Red Sox fan. So recapping, the Red Sox win 3-1 on the walk-off 2-run homer by George Boomer Scott in the bottom of the 11th. Nolan Ryan was outstanding. He struck out 17 Red Sox, had a no decision. The winning pitcher out of the pen, Bill Campbell, 3-0. Player of the game, starting pitcher, Ferguson Jenkins. Red Sox now go to 20 wins and 3 losses, stay 1 game ahead of the New York Yankees in the 1977 retro replay. The Angels fall to 13 and 12, 1 game over 500. Again, wishing everyone well. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Andre Ford. Much health and happiness. Till I see you next time. Bye-bye. Take care and God bless.